Hey, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to another episode of Bet with the Genius, soccer betting with the genius, world football expert, world soccer betting genius. A lot of titles. They're all apropos of what I do, right? There we go. There's the beach. There's the water. Maybe I'll stream. Maybe I'll stream from the beach. Maybe I'll stream from the ocean. I might stream from the ocean tomorrow. Be interesting. That would be very interesting. Not sure if I can do it. Maybe Monday. I'm traveling tomorrow, so not sure if I can do that. So let's see what we have. We got some games going on right now. First, I want to just kind of show you this stuff. BetMGM has a great deal for first-time users on the app or the website. Get a risk-free bet of up to $1,000. All the information is in the show box below. Be sure to follow the Max Wagers Network all day. Midday Money, Sean Higgs, Allie Burns, Morning Wood, Just Parlays, Chris King. Let me just show you something. This guy, Chris King, is on absolute fire. You want to win some money? Go follow this guy. Go buy his premium place. My man is unbelievable. He hit like 6 parlays yesterday. He was up like 30 units yesterday alone. My man is on fire. Make sure you're following him. Like, subscribe, ring the bell so we can bring you all the shows. I just want to head over to amargalfootball.com and the Amargal Football Twitter page for all your European football, soccer, football needs, whatever you call it. Going to be a lot of stuff on there, a lot of content on there starting next week. Some videos, all kinds of stuff. We shall see. I have to get in touch with my guy, actually, about that. Do that later, but got some interesting stuff going on. All right, let's just look at this. See if we can share the screen here. England women here got to kick it into gear. Pilsen 1-2-1, good result. Ferencváros ended up losing to Slovan Bratislava. Man, that is brutal. Maribor and Sheriff 0-0, just like we said. That paid a lot of money if you back that. A lot of 0-0s, a lot of draws today. Haifa scored in like the second or third minute of stoppage time. Kiev Fenerbahce 0-0. In the Europa Conference League, Apoel 0-0. DAC, that was one team we did like. I did like them yesterday. They won 2-0. So that's interesting. We got the games tonight in Brazil. A lot of club friendlies today. I don't know if there's any. There's no MLS tonight, right? All right, let's pull this up here. I'll be interested to see these lines tomorrow when they come out for next week's Champions League qualification matches. Obviously not out yet. Games just ended. I think you're going to get some interesting lines. Here's the big play. This is tomorrow. This is all tomorrow. Starting at 8 a.m. Petropavlovsk. That's where the Russians launched the submarines from. Oh my God. Look, I want to just show you something. This team right here is playing in the Europa Conference League. This team is closer to the moon than it is to Europe. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but not much. Look where this team is located. Are you serious right now? You can't get any further east than Russia. This is Asia. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. So that's why they're playing at 8 o'clock tomorrow. I mean, it's a cool story. You got a team basically from North America playing. They're closer to Asia. They're closer to North America than they are to Europe. That's crazy. So Osijek has to fly out there to the middle of nowhere, Petropavlovsk, where the Russians launched their submarines from. And Osijek is minus 159. It's interesting. You got young boys playing at 10. This is a good team. Young boys just smoked Zurich on the weekend. 4-0, I believe. 3 goals in the last 10 minutes. And then now, look, Tobo Kostani, Lincoln Red Imps, some teams that got knocked out of the other competitions all of a sudden playing here, right? Sofia is a good team. Coops is a good team. Lech Poznan against Batumi. Remember, both those teams played pretty well. Batumi should have really went through and got knocked out. Mold, obviously, good team. It's an interesting game because I know Brøndby's a little bit. They're not bad. Torshavn against Tre Fiori. We'll go through these. We'll go down the list. In a little bit more detail, but there's a bunch of games here where you can, Rapid Vienna, Rapid Wien, Antwerp coming in from Belgium, good team. Sparta Praha, good team. Slavia Praha, good team. CFR Cluj playing this team. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Cluj could win this 6-0. So we'll go down the list. And what I'll do is I will put these all on. Yeah, Bill, I think so. It was weird that the line went to the line went to just about, I think, plus 105 before the match. So England plus 230 right now, live. Whew, man, that is pretty good. That's worth a shot, I think. How much time's left? Still 40 minutes. Look, you get them at plus 105 before the game. Now you can get them at plus 230, so you get an extra $1.20 in value on a team that should be winning this game easily. They are not, which is why you're going to get extra value. But if you want to get some value on that game, go over there and jump on it right now. I'm not watching it, but I know the stats were. I mean, to be honest, the stats are pretty even. No shots, 1 shot on target total. I'm gonna bite my tongue. I will bite my tongue. All right, so let me take a look at tomorrow's schedule first. So Germany plays Austria in the women. Once again, I want to probably, I would say Germany probably wins, but, I'd like to see at minus 375. I'd like to see how this game plays out. Minus 1.5 is probably a good play. However, this is a knockout stage at this point. So, now you're talking about, people are playing a little bit differently. maybe they set up a little bit differently. Maybe they set up 10 behind the ball. Not even setting up for counters. Maybe they're just trying to get the penalties, just trying to get the extra time and get that one chance. So you got to take that into account. I think, excuse me, this Germany team is clearly better than Austria. France, Netherlands, both teams pretty good. Sweden's clearly better than Belgium. That's why you see the lines like that. All right. So tomorrow we have that, and then we have these Europa Conference League. There's like 100 games. There's a couple games in Serie A in Brazil, and there's some Australia Cup, some of that stuff. And then Friday, obviously, you got Belgium, first division, Germany, second division, Denmark, Midtjylland, Romania, Austria, Salzburg against Rapid Wien. So you got some games to pick from now. There's going to be a little bit more games to pick from, and I think maybe what we're going to start doing is going into a little bit. Oh, John, that guy Klaus joined Marseille. What? How about that? I think as we get closer to these games, I'm going to start trying to maybe change the focus a little bit. Look, it's when we're trying to, we want everybody watching to win and win money, right? So I can't just come on here and say, I don't like anything today. Even if I don't, I'm going to try to make an effort to find something that I can back. And I think I've done pretty well doing that now. But starting in 2 days, starting with tomorrow's show, we're going to start looking at these games, this Belgium. Here, let me look at this. So you got Belgium, Jupiler Pro League. You got Ghent at Standard Liège. And when we look at league, you look at the table from last year. Just say the regular season, man. It drives me nuts. Who's playing there? Ghent. So Ghent, who played pretty well, 18 wins, 18-8-8 against Standard Liège, who was not very good. Standard Liège has been good in the past, and they've had some good players, Romelu Lukaku down the line, whatever, right? There's some good players come out of Belgium. And the Belgian national team still, top 5 team in the world. So there's, most of the good players are playing, but there's some good young players in this league, and there's some good players. So, Standard Liège against Ghent. Yeah, look, some value in that game. Here. The good thing I like about this league, once again, 10, 12, 245, 7:30, 10, 12:30, 3. The games are spread out. So you can kind of find a game that you like. The St. Gilloise team, Gilloise. Somebody's got to help me with that pronunciation. I took French. I should know this. But so that is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to break that down Thursday and Friday. You're looking at Germany, 2 Bundesliga. There's some good games here. And the good thing is we have a little bit of we have a little form now. And we have the form from last week where Hamburger won 2-0 and Paderborn won 5-0. And there was a lot of good games, right? So you have a little bit of form you can use as well. So We can break that down. Wow. Yeah, Bill, you know what? Like, just looking at the stats, I mean, it's a little, this England team didn't give up a goal. 3 straight clean sheets. And they get to this game. Stunningly, they are playing poorly in a game that counts. You can't trust any team in these games. And that's going to clear the path for one of these teams. And I think, because I think Spain, my guy Juancho, he might have to fly back to England for the game here, because they might need him. They're playing at the Amex, so it's interesting. Once again, though, I will always caution you. If you're watching the game, like Bill, if you're watching the game and you're seeing like you could tell them, like you could say, hey, listen, Spain's playing good. See, like I don't, I won't know. So like I will like, if you told me that not over yet, yep. I'm on Wydad. Where's that? Hold on. I saw them somewhere. Wydad. Where's that? Egypt. Live. Leicester City spanking Hull City. Accent Dhaka. It's interesting because these games too. Sometimes these friendlies, like when you look at I don't really know who started the game and who didn't, but right here, I mean, these are our main guys scoring goals for United yesterday. As soon as I knew they were going to play 60 minutes, I tried to put the bet in and couldn't do it down here. In PA, I could have. I'm not in PA. I'm in New Jersey, right? So I probably would have done that as well. But so I think there's a chance to win some. Yeah, they were in the final, I think, weren't they? Trying to find that quickly. See, Morocco. Let's see what that score is. It's the only thing I don't like about this site. You click on Morocco. Result only. Oh, boy. You're going to have to keep me abreast of that there, Bill, because result only is on live score. Yeah, so, when you look at these games, I will always say, once it's important. I don't know what, I'm not sure, I know, Bill and Abdi, I know the people that follow. If you're not following me on Twitter, please, let me just stop the screen sharing right here. My Twitter is right here. The Prodigal Sean, right? Go, and my Instagram is the same. It just has the underscores in between the Prodigal. You know what? I can fix that. Settings. General. I'll fix that later. Anyway, my Instagram has the 2 underscores between it. as we get closer to these leagues, and I'm watching these games, like starting next Saturday, I'm home. Saturday, Sunday, locked off watching games. So I will be there. If you have questions, please. Like we'll have the show starting August 6th, I believe it is, on here. But if you have any questions before that, please go to my Twitter, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. If you want, listen, ask me for my email. I'll post my email in here if you want. I'm not gonna post my address in case somebody come looking for me or whatever, just to give me some, handshakes, whatever. But I'll give you my email, and if you don't have social media or whatever, just leave me a message and I'll figure it out. But like sometimes these things are fluid. There's a chance. Hey, there's a red card in a game and a team is down 1-0. There's been times in the first half of games last year where I'm watching and all of a sudden there's a red card and the team's down 1-0 and I'm immediately hammering it. Like sometimes obviously it locks it, right? But then it comes back and it's like plus, because they're still losing. It comes back and it's like plus 140 and you hammer it. And those chances come sometimes. Or if a team's down 2-0 sometimes, then you say, you know what, I'm watching. I think I've talked about this, but with Manchester United sometimes, I know when they're dead in the water. And I know, just have a feeling like, listen, they're going to come back in this game. So, make sure you're following my Facebook, Instagram thing. And if you're not watching the show on Saturday mornings, like some of you said yesterday, maybe, it's too early or whatever, that's fine. You're out. You're taking your kids to soccer, whatever it is. Send me a message. Hey, listen, what do you think of this lineup? What do you think of this? And I'll tell you. So, interesting stuff. All right. So, Petropavlovsk. I can't believe they're paying Petropavlovsk. So, Thursday, this is the main games. I want to take a lot of I want to take some time today and kind of look over these games because I think there's definitely a chance to win some money here. I'll be honest. I know nothing about this team. These two teams. Osijek, I know a little bit. Petropavlovsk. I mean, it's just such a long trip. Osijek has been playing well. It's such a long trip. I might take a chance on Petropavlovsk. I obviously don't love the game. There's better games than that. Yeah, MZ. Yeah, the ones tonight. You mean, right? Abandoned. Is this today? Half these games don't even have things. Okay, so Charlotte and Chelsea, DC United, Bayern Munich, Orlando City and Arsenal, Minnesota United, Everton, Manchester City, America, San Jose and Celta Vigo. You're talking about those, I guess, right, MZ? Let's see what we have here on those. Club friendly matches. There we go. Okay. So obviously the all of the Premier League teams and the Bayern Munich teams and stuff are heavily favored except for Everton against Minnesota United. Remember, Everton lost to Arsenal the other day, but they also lost Richarlison. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is still there. I'm not sure if he's going to play. You never know with these lineups. So DC United. The only thing with this, let me see something. Just quickly. Germany, Pokal. Not the Pokal, the Super Cup, man. The Super Cup. When's the Super Cup? So the Super Cup is in 10 days. Look, I'm not, Bayern Munich, they're going to be ready for it probably. But, if this was 20 days out, I'd say, I don't know who Bayern's going to play. Bayern's probably going to play a pretty strong lineup in this game. And DC United, once again, yes, they give up multiple goals every game. Asian lines here, 2.25. I would probably push it to -2 just in case. You see the goals. I mean, over 2.5 is -190. That's the highest I've ever seen for anything. That's ridiculous. If they're expecting them to score 3 goals or more, then you have to take the -2 line. There's just no other way. If they're going to score 4 goals, they're going to win a game. DC United's not scoring 5. They're probably not scoring 2. If Bayern Munich's going to score 4 goals, they're probably going to win. They're going to cover. So do you take -2 just in case of the push? Do you go -2.25 and push it to even? Do you go -2.5 and take a chance on plus money? There's not that much of a difference between these. There is, it's 23 cents. And this is a big difference. Well, at least that you're covered here. If you put Bayern Munich in a parlay or something like that, I would probably do it with -139 at -2 because I think you got 4 for a total. All right. Yeah, that's not bad. So on the Asian total, over 4 is +108. I think that's pretty good money. Yeah, look, and I mean MZ, how many of those goals do you think Bayern's going to score of the 4? How many goals does DC United score? How many goals does Bayern score? If you think Bayern scores 3 minimum, which is probably, I might take a shot here at +143 over 3.5 goals. Now look, like once again, I'm telling you this stuff. Like if I'm looking at this stuff and I say I'm gonna take a chance on that over, but I don't really like the game, whatever it is, right? I'm not gonna throw $300-$500 on the game. I'll probably throw $20. 20. If I lose, I lose. $20, not a big deal. But I'm not gonna probably throw a couple hundred on that game. But is it worth it? Yeah, might be. +143. But, once again, the 4 includes any DC United goals too. So, that's not, over 4 here. So over 3.75 is 121. So if you're, 4 goals still wins half. So that's interesting. That's that game. That's at 7:30. So the first 3 are at 7:30, then 8:30. Tomorrow you got some interesting games. Leipzig against Liverpool. That's a tough game, to be honest, because once again Leipzig is playing 9 days from tomorrow in the Super Cup, German Super Cup. So they're probably going to be playing. They're pretty starters 60-75 minutes. I don't know about Liverpool yet. Probably about the same. So Bayer Leverkusen, Udinese. Forget where. I think Leverkusen finished 4th, didn't they? No, they finished 3rd last year. Well clear of Leipzig. It's an interesting game. Minus 125. I might have a little interest in that. The only problem with the friendlies is, look, you see here, Leicester played their lineup. I mean, you expect that the Premier League teams to do well when they play. Like, once again, I expect Manchester United to play well on Saturday. Here they played really well. Those front three are good. Hopefully, I don't know what the deal is with Ronaldo, but the front three, Sancho, Rashford, and Martial looked pretty good, pretty fluid. So maybe, keep that the way it is. So, Charlotte against Chelsea. Once again, Chelsea's not playing for now, 17, 18 days here. I believe they have a tough game to open up the season. Forget who they play. Everton. Maybe it's tough. So they're maybe a little bit further behind in their preparations for this season than a team like Leipzig or Bayern Munich that's playing today. They might be a little bit behind. And obviously, Charlotte's in the middle of their season, so that is a little more, to me, of an interesting game. I mean, you'd think Chelsea would win pretty easily, but I could see this game being a little bit closer than 1.75. I mean, it could be 6-0 Chelsea. So, I would lean towards Chelsea, but I don't know how confident I would be in that game. Orlando City against Arsenal. I have no idea what to think of this Arsenal team. I'm going to be honest. -2, 122. I don't know how good this Orlando City team is. I think one of these teams might not, to be honest, I mean, maybe Everton is a decent play at -113 for -0.075, but I don't know if I trust the Arsenal or the Everton team. Pep in these games, they have a deeper lineup, so maybe he's going to play some more players. Club America, I think, is a decent team, so maybe take the -2, -134. I would probably take a couple of them, and put it in a parlay. Like, I would probably go Manchester City. These teams don't care about friendlies, though. I'm telling you, like Pep and Jurgen, they don't care. I mean, I've seen these results over the years, and they just don't care. It is what it is to them. Bayern Munich -1.25. I'd maybe even bet it down to 1, and then something like it's interesting. Celta Vigo is coming. When we go to Chavs, Celta Vigo is right there. I'd probably be most confident in this Manchester City team. However, I think the America team is a little bit better than some of these other teams playing. So I think your best bet on these games would be Bayern Munich. -2.25, something like that. Maybe with a little bonus on over 3.5 goals. It's not going to let me parlay this, but I'm just going to try anyway. They won't let you parlay that. It's interesting. Anyway, so those are those games. The Vigo game, I don't know. I know the Earthquakes aren't very good, but Celta Vigo, Once again, I don't know what their motivation is. They're just getting some time under their belt. Players are playing 30 minutes each. It just depends. Some of these teams are in different spots. So maybe I would say, check the lineup at that game because it's late, 10:30. All right. Young boys, I would say this is a good bet. Over 130, over 2.5 at minus 132. I would take that all day. The only thing that worries me sometimes about those games is just the travel. But once again, it's not the worst travel ever. It's not like you're traveling to Kamchatka or Petropavlovsk, right? This CSK Sofia game, minus 143. That would probably be interest me a little bit. I think that's a pretty good game. I'm looking at these games. I knew Coops is pretty good. When you go and you look at the Europa Conference League games from last time. Oh, look at that. Hibernians with a big win. Who is that we're looking at here? Coops and Orhi. I know I liked Coops last time out. Coops won 2-0 on aggregate. I don't even know who this Orhi team is. I guess they're just coming in. Anyway, I think this Coops team is pretty good. I don't know if if I had to make a list of the games here that I really like, I think this Young Boys BSC Burns Soccer Club here is a good one. 10 a.m., remember, early start, Eastern time. This Lech Poznan and Dynamo Batumi, when you have those teams dropping down into this, it's always a little bit tricky. Poznan's a pretty good team, and they're playing a better league. But once again, this Batumi team played really well. I would be careful of this game. Mold, obviously, pretty good team. I might take a chance on that game. Remember, I talked about FCSB. They didn't play well this weekend. However, they're playing Sabertalo Tbilisi here. Asian line minus, once again, I probably just take that. But, if you bump it up to here, -1 at plus 118, I don't have a problem with that because either, if they win by 1, you get your money back. If they win by 2, you're getting more value. I never have a problem with anything like that. I think that's probably sometimes the better way to go. We've talked about that a couple times, myself and AM Plus Money. Tel Aviv is a pretty good team. They didn't win the league this year, though, so probably, tough. Torshavn against Trey Fury. This Torshavn team is pretty good. -480 is a little bit steep, to be honest. They don't even give you an Asian line, so that's pretty high. Then we start getting into some of these teams coming in. Basel, obviously, against Belfast. You're probably not even getting an Asian line on this. Basel over 2.5 goals, -175. If you can get Basel -2.5, I would jump on it. You probably can't. Maybe 275. I think that's a pretty good bet. Very good team, good league. I like this Red Nicky Nice team. But once again, you're on the road. You just don't know. I'd probably wait till next leg to see what this result is and maybe hammer them on the goal line. PAOK is a very good team. You get them at plus 100 in this tournament. I think that's pretty good. That's a pretty good bet. I would take that right there. Foxy, I'm glad you cashed out as well. I've learned here in the last year, God save the Queen, Foxy says. We got 1-1, eh? Let's get this to 2-2. Or sorry, not 1. Let's get this to 2-1. Need one more goal from England here. I have learned in the last year that when I have, say I have, I just depends on what the number is. Anything over 200. If I put $40 down on a parlay and it's at 200 with one leg to go, anything above 200, I'm probably going to cash it because, to me, it's 5-1 already, right? 200, it's pretty good. Like I think of it as like, once again, if I'm just trying to make $50 a day for the week, that's $350. Well, if I make 200 there, or it's plus one, it's 160. So if I clear 160 from one bet, I'm pretty happy with that. Whether or not, I stay and, it just depends. Like if 200 is the thing and maybe 300 is maybe you put them in a different one or something like that. But I've just learned, I've had so many different parlays lose, 4-team parlays and 5-team parlays lose that last leg. And I just get so mad. I'm just like, come on, man. And I just get mad at myself because I didn't cash out. It's money in your hand. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, they say, right? So is what it is. Rapid Vienna is a very good team. Minus 162 is a little steep. Minus 114 here. You could probably get that lower than that, minus 110 on some sites. Probably worth a play there. Put notifications on in case England scores. I see Victoria Gimraish. Look how many games are at 2:30 tomorrow. Royal Antwerp. They don't even give you a total on that. I'd probably take that. I love Cluj. Sparta Prague. -1. I'll take that. I would take -1.5 on that game, to be honest. If it was -1.5, I'd probably bump it up to -1.5. Slavia Prague against St. Joseph's. Tiny team, tiny country. This is a decent play here, I think. Asian total first half. 1.5. It's actually pretty good. Cluj is going to annihilate this team. 2.5. I would take -2.5 easily. I think they annihilate them. Basak Sahir. Pretty good play. They don't score a lot of goals, though. This Kukarici team is pretty good. They're playing, Luxembourg team. I might take the -1 there. Obviously, Alkmaar. It's going to be heavy juice. You're going to have to lay, but 2.5. I'll take it. AZ Alkmaar should win that pretty easily. There's so many games here. Any Brazil Serie A? That's tonight, I believe, right? I think AM plus money, let's say Fluminense here, plus 100 is a decent play. Let's see, Flamengo's Asian lines. Flamengo -1.5 might be a pretty good play, Bill. Hella tune. I think Flamengo -1.5. When you look at these results, well, we've only played twice. So not much to go on. I think the two plays here would be Fluminense, Flamengo. See what AM plus money says. Flamengo. Who did I say? Flamengo and Fluminense. Flamengo and Flume. So I called the bat signal into AM plus money, who obviously is huge. Brazil guy. So I think those are probably the two plays. Bill, if he gets back to me, I will let you know. Guimarães is a pretty good team. Great city. Went to a Nations League game, England and Netherlands there. Just wanted to just look at a couple of these other games here, just to check. But I think that's pretty much it. Most of these games are just, because these teams are in lower leagues. So, Bill, Foxy likes Bragantino, Paranense, Santos, Flamengo, and Corinthians, but he's going to wait to see the lineups. So, Foxy and Bill gotta exchange Twitter ats, so you guys could could jump on that there. But anyway, just if you're looking, just check my Twitter, and it'll be under the AM plus money one. Sierra and Palmeiras both won for me the last 2 days, but only just 1-0 on both, which was a worry. Yeah, I think Sierra's just, this team is pretty hot right now. So yeah, the 1-0 scores are interesting. They are a little bit Tim Earl, man, how's it going? With these friendlies, it's probably going to be the best bet will be here. Probably Bayern Munich. Maybe -2 on the Asian handicap, or I don't want to say it's my best bet because that's, I would take a chance on over 3.5 goals. If you think there's going to be goals in this game, like, for example, MZ has 4 for a total in this game, I would probably take Bayern Munich at plus 143. I'm not going to throw a lot on it. Once again, like maybe $20, something like that. I do think, though, that, DC United leaks goals. Bayern Munich's playing for a trophy in 10 days, so they're probably going to be closer to match fitness than some of these other teams that are playing tonight. So probably would say Bayern Munich -2 or Bayern Munich. I would say probably Bayern Munich -2. Once again, I like Chelsea, but, you just don't know what the lineup is because they're still 17 days out. I like Arsenal a little bit, but same thing with the lineup. Everton's not getting a lot of respect against this Minnesota United team, which isn't very good, by the way. Minnesota United is not LAFC, and Everton's only Everton should be -300 in this game. They're only -148, which tells you how bad maybe Everton might be this year. But I still think, there's a decent value in that game. And then Manchester City, obviously. If you can get Manchester City -1 and maybe Bayern Munich -1.5 and parlay them and, and get it around plus 100, plus -110, something like that, Tim, that would probably be decent. So, yeah, England. Damn, man. I might be done betting these women's games. The only problem with these tournaments, and you'll see this moving forward, this is, World Cup is a long time away. But when you look at the World Cup, it's a lot easier to win the games in the group stage because there's so many teams and there's bad teams in, right? Than it is to win games once it gets down to the round of 16. There's still games you could target. It's the same as the Champions League. Champions League, group stage. We did this last year. If you target, those games 3 and 4 where those teams, the good teams, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, can like win the group with 2 wins, match day 3, match day 4 on the road and at home against the same team, usually bad teams, right? You can target those games. But when it gets down to these knockout stage games, these teams are closer. This was the only game. I liked England today, but then that line went to plus money, and I'm just like, why is this plus? Like, I guess I know why, but that, it was only, even that U.S.-Canada game the other day, I liked U.S. in that game, and they won 1-0, but, it was a difficult game. So, over half a goal, total goals by Spain. Saying you can still bet this. What? Full time, including extra time. So now you can rebet the game. I never saw that. Anyway, so that's what we got. Remember, just make sure you check the lineups for these games. If you're not familiar, please follow me on Twitter right here. Head over to so I have, I posted my Margal football Twitter. If you want to follow that, that's going to specifically be all kinds of soccer stuff, soccer videos. There's going to be some preview videos of games on there. We're going to be previewing some Premier League matches. So it's going to be, there's going to be more stuff on there for you. So I'll head over there and check that out. And I will be back tomorrow to help you hopefully win some money. Hopefully, I'd like to win some money too, but we'll see. All right. Have a good day.